the Trailblazer Award, celebrating influencers who have established new and creative diversity and inclusion initiatives that are currently transforming the industry and/or community. The 2019 Trailblazer Award recipients are Ben Slayton, Lisa Haynes, Eileen Decker, Yvette Ostalosa, Ben Slayton. Ben Slayton has been an executive, entrepreneur, pioneer, and trailblazer in the mortgage industry for decades. Ben is currently the president at Legacy Home Loans, a division of Altera Group LLC. He states our mission is to increase African American home ownership so that members of our community can start building sustainable wealth through home ownership.
Our mission is to increase the home ownership for African Americans. Today, the African American home ownership is 41%. White America home ownership is at 72%. We'd like to try to see what we can do to make it into the middle 60s, which is a long ways to go. But in order to do that, we can't do it by ourselves. It has to be the industry itself. I would like to see every mortgage company, every bank in America to have a legacy division.
Ben has been a leader in the African American community and has started, built, and sold several successful businesses in the real estate finance industry. Slayton is the first Black realtor in the United States, the first Black owner broker of a Century 21 franchise, and the first Freddie Mac multi-family program plus seller in the U.S. Ben is an alumni of UCLA and the publisher of 1211 Media, which publishes Mortgage Compliance Magazine, a monthly publication dedicated to educating and informing the mortgage industry about regulatory compliance, risk management, quality assurance, and operational finance.
And you can't have diversity without inclusion. You can put a Black person on a company and without actually giving them some power and including them into the infrastructure of the company and giving them an opportunity to reach down and help bring up other Blacks to help make a difference, it's not going to ever work. But it takes someone that has the passion to make all of this happen. And there are quite a few companies that I know of that have that passion, but it's going to take a lot.
Lisa Haynes. As CFO and Diversity and Inclusion Officer at the Mortgage Bankers Association, Lisa oversees MBA's financial stability through efficient budgeting and economic forecasting. With over 25 years of experience in the fields of finance and accounting, Haynes brings a wealth of knowledge to the CFO position. She also leads MBA's continuous efforts to have a diverse staff where backgrounds and differences are understood, respected, and valued.
We as an MBA, we see ourselves really as the convener and connector. We're not the ones that are going in and setting up D&I programs at our members, but we're trying to provide the tools and all the information that needs to. We have free webinars, and so my efforts really are around how do we make sure that we're getting the most out of our D&I efforts? How do we make sure that our members are really getting the most? So we're starting to create partnerships with other organizations, with members who are hosting D&I events. So really my role is kind of the more of the overseer, as you might call it, and really just making sure that our efforts are as coordinated as possible, and we have senior leaders who are really responsible for the different initiatives that are going on.
Under Lisa's leadership, MBA has made several alliance agreements, strategic partnerships, and outreach efforts to move the needle on inclusion in the entire industry, with the goal of making a career in real estate finance a possibility for all America's diverse population.
The industry is changing and the customer base that we serve is changing. And so as a result, we as an industry have to change with that. Where the way we serve our customers today, particularly in the mortgage industry, isn't going to be the way we served them 20 years ago. It's a different customer base. And so in order to serve that customer base, we've got to know a little bit about the customer. And so I think it's really important that we see it as the business imperative that it is, which is it's going to be really difficult to penetrate some markets if you don't know the culture of that market, if you don't know how that market operates and what their habits are and how they save money and that kind of thing. And so at the MBA, we're really trying to figure out how do we help our own members learn about that kind of thing so that they can be more successful and more profitable. So I see it really as the business imperative, not only from the business side, but also from the employee side, as the way we recruit is going to change because the folks we're recruiting are different. I mean, we're working with 4, sometimes 5 generations in a workplace. And so you no longer have just having to deal with the baby boomer mentality. You've got from baby boomer to millennial, and some cases you get some Gen Zs that are coming into and they think very differently. To some degree you have millennials or Gen Zs who think very differently than baby boomers and Gen Xs. And so I think it's really important that not only as an industry but at large that we kind of recognize that there's all these differences going on, and that the only way for us to really adjust and make this part of who we are and what we do is to learn about each other's differences.
Eileen Decker. Ms. Decker is a principal at Pacific Intelligence and Cyber, an investigation, intelligence, and cybersecurity firm. She also currently serves as the Vice President of the Los Angeles Police Commission, a Fulbright Specialist in Cybersecurity Law and Policy. Until March 2017, Ms. Decker served as the United States Attorney for the Central District of California. As part of her duties, she led the federal investigation and response into the San Bernardino terrorist attack.
When I was U.S. Attorney, my hiring practice was I would hire 50% women and 50% men in the U.S. Attorney's office. And in addition, I would hire a very ethnically diverse group of individuals. It's very important particularly when you are in public service jobs, to reflect the community that you serve.
Ms. Decker is a past president of the Women Lawyers of Los Angeles and currently serves on the Los Angeles County Bar Association's President's Advisory Committee on Women in the Legal Profession and the LACBA-LWALA Joint Task Force on the retention and promotion of women lawyers.
Again, I think having people in positions of authority, men and women who can create that culture change, is critically important to be able to ensure that law enforcement agencies across this country address issues that are critically important, not just for men, but also for women, and that they view things from the different perspectives that men and women just sometimes differently have.
Yvette Ostaloza. Yvette is a member of Sidley Austin LLP's Management and Executive Committees, the managing partner of the Dallas office, and global co-leader of the litigation practice. As the only daughter of Cuban immigrants, her parents were both Operation Peter Pan children who escaped Fidel Castro's communist regime in Cuba in the 1960s, and she grew up in active pursuit of her own American dream.
Well, I think it's a fairness component. I certainly believe that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't that a lot of people made sure that I had opportunities. And they weren't people that looked like me. They weren't Hispanic females. Thank God, because that would have been a very small population of people that could have gotten me to where I am. And I believe that it's part of giving back. And, just I'm a little bit selfish because I believe that good business is diverse. If everybody looks the same and behaves the same, then you're only going to get a certain type of component of client, right?
In 2013, she was named Rainmaker by Diversity and the Bar magazine and honored in 2012 as one of the 20 most powerful and influential women in Texas by the Texas Diversity Council. And in 2012 through 2018 as one of the top 250 women in litigation in the United States by Benchmark Litigation. She has also been selected as one of the 20 Women in Excellence honored nationwide by Hispanic Business Magazine. Most recently, Yvette has been selected to appear in Latino Leaders Magazine 2018 Top Latino Lawyers and listed as one of the most powerful Latinas in law.
And so if you're going to be successful in business and you're going to have a place that people want to work with, then you're going to make sure that it's diverse. That way, everybody doesn't feel like they have to be a certain way to work in that place, and you eliminate talent that's different than that.
Please join the Council for Inclusion in Financial Services as we congratulate our 2019 Trailblazer Award recipients. Ben Slayton, Lisa Haynes, Eileen Decker, Yvette Ostaloza,